throw it in. Something. The clock is ticking and time to start the show. What time it is, we just don't know. Hopefully Mrs. Dufresne does it wake up. Oh, Mrs. Dufresne. One thing for certain, we're all happy friends. And all together the fun never ends. So stick around and watch with us. It's the After Show Chat.
Get your butt to bed, Harold Dufresne.
Now it's time to talk about something that we all love. It's Food Chat with HD. Hungry? Well, you may just be after this, because it's time for Food Chat with HD. Oh, I just forgot something too. I'm trying to do it. Hello, gang. I'm trying to do a list of the best and worst of 2025, and I've eaten at so many places that I forget a lot of places. And I just saw with that intro Red Wagon Inn, and I forgot what we got at Red Wagon Inn. I think, that roast beef. That's true. That's got to be on the list. Mrs. D sitting right there, enjoying an egg roll, may I say, courtesy of Miss Linda from Happy Gardens. Still have egg rolls left. Gang, welcome to After Show Chat. After Show Chat. After Show Chat. Food Chat with HD. Oh, hey, Benita. Hey, Gene. All right, gang. Whoever else is watching. See, people are watching. Maybe you're watching later. So we're going to kick it all off. But, gang, we're going to talk about where we ate this week. And I'm going to talk about, we're going to start a little series, the best and worst. Now, it's not when I'm going to do the best and worst of the year, I ate at so many places and I am bad at taking notes. I should take notes of all the places I eat, what I had, etc. But HD doesn't run that way. I'm not that organized. I eat and I tell you what I think, and I forget about it. So I'm going to give my best attempts at my best. Tonight I'm going to give my best attempts at my best pull boy I had in the last year or so, and the worst pull boys I had in the last year. And I guarantee you I'm going to have to add that Red Wagon, because I just remembered it when it showed up on the screen. So anyway, hello, Chantel. How y'all doing? All right, gang. So let's kick off like we always do with where we went eat this past, or at least the places that I did reviews for, because I did go eat other places this week that we'll talk about whenever I do the review for them. As of right now, they aren't up, so don't pay to do no good to talk about them. So the first place we went eat at, if you saw the review, I put it up a few days ago, right before the weekend, was Kim's Vietnamese and Chinese Kitchen. Now, Kim's is on the Westbank in Harvey, and I believe I gave it an A-. I think Mrs. D gave it. Do you remember when you gave that? I think Lexi gave it an A-, and I think Mrs. D gave it a B. I thought it was very good. The only thing I found was lacking was those stir-fry noodles. They didn't have enough noodles in them, but everything else was good. And if you saw the review, you could see it. But here's some pictures right here of the fried rice. The pull boy. Now, this is what I always heard about the pull boy, Nate. The pull boy was invented as a cheap food. I believe it was the strike. It was the streetcar strike or something, and people needed a way to eat cheap. And this is what I always heard from Tom Fitzmaurice, my protege. My not protege, my mentor. Tom Fitzmaurice, who I used to always love to listen to it on radio. I believe he said that Poboy came out because of the strike and he needed something cheap to eat. So they had a lot of French bread. They put French fries. That's the original po' boy, what I heard. I didn't do no research before the show, but it was the French fry po' boy. They would put the French fries on the po' boy bread. I think they put gravy on there, maybe, or something. And that was the po' boy. And I think Tom Fitzmaurice at the time said it cost a nickel or something. Don't quote me on all that, but it's around that time. It's a good history lesson there, Nate. I appreciate that input. That is me too. Me too. I used to always listen to him every day. Every day. We used to always listen to him, and no matter where we go. Feed out po' boys. And I believe it was a French fry po' boy. A French fry po' boy. In some places, you could still get a French fry po' boy. And I think it comes with gravy. I think it came with gravy. But let's go back to Kim's. That's a good point there. I love that, Nate. I might have to do a research on that and make sure I'm right about those facts. This is the fried rice we had. The fried rice was excellent. Good stuff there. I had a $30 Clip app, so it's always good when you have that. There's the stir-fry noodles. Again, I found the noodles were a little bit, they could have used a little bit more noodles in there, but the taste was good. To me, this was the star of the show right here, was my duck soup. It's a Vietnamese duck soup, and that, to me, that was fantastic. That was the star of the show for me. I had a lot left over. I ate on that for 2 days. And then the sweet and sour chicken was pretty standard, but the only thing I found was the sweet and sour chicken, which was unique. And maybe y'all saw it before. I never saw it before, but that sweet and sour sauce had a lot of vegetables in there. I don't know if somebody said they might have had pineapples. I don't remember them having pineapples in that sweet and sour sauce. No, Mrs. D's look right there. So yeah, she did dig in it, but I didn't see no pineapples in there. So that was Kim's. Hey Adam, how you doing? That was Kim's Vietnamese and Chinese kitchen. Now, my other review friend Blaine, who does Blaine's restaurant report, reported to me that they went try to eat there a couple of weekends ago and they were closed. I hope they're not closed. Well, there's a lot of places in the West Bank are closing. I got I forgot the Korean barbecue place on Manhattan we passed was closed, and somebody told me they were closed. Umba, the Korean barbecue place over there, closed down. So there's a lot of places in the West Bank closing down. I suspect it's because of the situation in New Orleans. There's a lot of places closing down unexpectedly. And I hope Kim's did it close down because somebody, like I said, Blaine tried to eat and it was closed. And that's Blaine's restaurant report. And if you should go check him out too, because he eats a little bit higher class than me. I always tell him, what are you, rich? I'm a poor man. I'm a poor boy. I'm a poor boy. All right. I need a poor boy. That's what I need. I need one of them nickel poor boys. I can't be eating the fancy stuff like Blaine. I can't go eat over there. I never saw that either. Now, Gene, somebody told me that's common up north. You're up north and you don't know. So I don't know, I never saw it. I never saw it before. It would seem like I would have ran into a sweet and sour sauce. And maybe y'all did. If you ever did, and maybe if you're watching later, leave a comment. Let me know if you ran into that, into those situations. If you ever had the onions and bell peppers. Now, gang, the second place we went to eat at a place Sunday. And I know whenever I'm gonna put this, whenever I'm gonna put this up in the food groups, it will keep on going. I know it's getting rough out there. I'm gonna tell you, for these restaurants. I know it is, and this one looked rough. The one we went to on Sunday, we went to Las Cruces, Las Cruces. Hope I'm saying it right. And it was a Tex-Mex place. Now, whenever I'm thinking Tex-Mex, I'm thinking more Mexican, fajitas, quesadilla, some taco, whatever. That's what I'm thinking. Now that menu looked pretty weak. I'll be honest with you. That menu looked weak when we went, but I had a clip app. Talk about clip app there, Adam. I had a clip app, and it's about to expire. I've been having it for a while, and I think, in fact, I still think you can always tell the restaurants that are really, and I hate to say it like this but it's the truth. The ones that stay on the Clip app and keep on offering their stuff on the Clip app that you could usually are the ones usually hurting. Now, DiMartino's is always on there, and Randazzo's is always on there. They always do well, but most of these other places, they're struggling and they're just trying to get the business in. I'll be honest with you with these Clip apps. And this place was empty. Las Cruces. When we walked in, there was nobody else. They were overstaffed because by the time we finished eating, there was 3 other tables, us, another table, and one more. So there was 3 tables, and each table basically got their own server. I mean, this poor girl serving us, she was at our table every 5 minutes we took a sip of water and she'd be refilling our water. She was bored. Okay. This place was empty. When I ate there, I realized why it was probably empty. And I got a few comments in hey Perk man. Why did it use the tortillas first? In the fajitas, I'll talk about that in 1 second. I'll talk about it. I did use them. I did use them. I just tried them out without, but I did use them. The Perkman, did you get those koozies? If you didn't, I'm gonna have to find a different way to send them because they probably got lost in the mail. Let me know if you got those koozies. So anyway, we went eat at Las Cruces. Now they have about 1, 2, 3, about 4 or 5. Oh, you came in. Awesome. Okay, now I can mail them out. You were my experiment. You were my guinea pig. It came in. Awesome. I agree there, Steve. I'm going to show it to you in 1 second. Now, half that menu was barbecue at Las Cruces. The other half was like Mexican. They had pulled pork sandwich and whatnot. Now they got their barbecue, or I think it's owned by the same people as Central City Barbecue. I'm not sure of the situation on that. So what I got was Mrs. D got and I did make the tortillas with the salsa and all that other stuff with my tortillas. It is outside. The building is big. It's like an old warehouse or something. It's a nice building. It's a very clean building. It looks, but it's very big and it looks like a warehouse and it's cold and impersonal to me. It was just I don't know. It made good for a party place maybe, but for a restaurant, I don't, I just didn't catch the vibe in there. Mrs. D got the quesadillas. And she stated that they were plain. There was no, there was cheese and meat, cheese and chicken, and that was about it. There was nothing else in there. She said it was very plain tasting. She did not like it. She gave it a C-. I was more generous and I gave it a C. Is what I gave it. And then I had the pork fajitas. Now, I did not think they were going to be pulled pork from barbecue. Now, this plate did not come out sizzling. It was, and Steve, there you go. That's what I said. Where's the Mex? These beans were poor. These beans they served was very poor. That rice, now I'm not a big fan of Spanish rice at all, but that was I didn't eat that either. And that barbecue. Now look, the problem, I know people are gonna say, "What's Tex-Mex?" Maybe they've used the pulled pork, and that was pulled pork fajitas. These fajitas that have no Mexican flavor, they tasted like barbecue pork. Okay, I would expect a little bit Mexican flavors, maybe a little bit Mexican spices in there, something in there. But it was just basically a barbecue platter over onions is what it was. That's exactly what what it is. I did make, I did use the tortillas. Oh, gang. I put up the review, and a couple of people reached out and answered on my Facebook posts, and a lot of people don't like this place. I'm sure there's going to be a lot of people that will, and they're probably going to let me know whenever I put it up in the food groups. But it looks like cafeteria food. I was not impressed, and I believe that's why the place was empty. Now, somebody told me when they went, it was empty also. They didn't like the food, and they said what keeps that place open is the happy hour crowd. They have a happy hour after work, and I think they do pretty good. Well, Taco Tico is better. I guarantee. Wow. Oh, Perk man. I wish I would have went to Taco Tico. Oh man, the Taco Tico. Oh, those wonton not tacos, whatever it was. Oh man, that was good. So gang, I don't know. I'm sure this place is hurting. I know they were overstaffed. I mean, you have 3 servers and you had basically us in there with 3 servers, and finally other people came. Now somebody did comment on my pictures. They said, I saw y'all over there. They like their food, the person who commented. And if you see me, say hello. That's what I said. Just say hello. They did give you, I'm sorry, I did take a picture of the guacamole. They did give you a little bitty dab of guacamole in there. Not much, but Baracos tacos would have been better too. It was, it was just there. That's what it was. It was what it was to us, expensive. To me, it was expensive. I believe that plate of fajitas was like $22 or $23. Those quesadillas right here, chicken quesadillas. And I'm cheap, but but I go eat. Usually when I go, I know what the standard prices of quesadillas are. And when I go eat at a place, and my wife gets, Mrs. D gets quesadillas, chicken quesadillas. That's what my daughter gets. I know the prices over there, and these were like $17 for those chicken, and that's all you got was this. You didn't get no other little side. And I think it was Charlie. That's about the size of the guacamole they gave you right there in that little cup. That's what they gave you with the fajitas too. So, but 17, I believe, for that guacamole. I'm sorry, for the quesadillas was a little expensive to me, and that's probably why there was not that many people there. You go to Taco Tico, get one of a taco for $1.29, and you have to go over there and you have to pay $17 for their quesadillas. It's unfortunate, and it is what it is. It is what it is, I guess. I ain't going back. I'll put it that way. But I think the total came up to, we used out $30 for the clip app. I think I had to pay $7 out of pocket, plus the tip, of course. I had to give the tip. Look, the server was good. I tipped her pretty well, and the server was good. That's what saved it for me, was the server. It has to be good. You have your own individual server. The girl might have just been standing there with the pitcher of water waiting. If you see in the video, she came check, see if the food was good before I even could take a bite of it. Of course, I was talking a little bit, but doing the video. But anyway, you have your own individual server over there. All right, gang. It's scary. I hate to see places like that too. It's just uncomfortable sitting in a big building by yourself, just nobody there. And it was like 12 noon. Like nobody was there. It was like, ooh, this ain't good. This ain't good, gang. All right, gang. I was asked. I don't know who asked me, but they said, now, gang, now that I know the koozies reach their destination, if you want a koozie, I will be getting those out. So Charlie, be on the lookout. Everybody else who won, Vinita, I think you got one coming if you're watching right now. Those will be coming out now that I know that the postal service is delivering them with the method I used. So I will be getting those out. All right. Somebody asked me, hey, HD, are you going to do the best and worst, best of the year or something like that? And I said, Yeah, I'm gonna get over there, Jody. Don't worry. I'm gonna get yours. Can we get one to my daughter house? I invited Jody to come eat at we were gonna go eat at Ruby Slipper, a brunch place on Sunday. And I asked Jody to come eat with us at Ruby Slipper, but they couldn't make it. And Mrs. D, we were on the way going over there. She looked at the menu, and for her to say, "Oh, it's kind of expensive, and you don't even like brunch. Why we're going here?" I said, "That's a good point. I'm going to do a review. Why am I going to a brunch place? That's a good point." She said, "You have all those clip apps just sitting around doing nothing. Let's use one of those." All right, let's go. All right, gang. If you ever ate at Ruby Slipper, Perkman, or anybody else, all right. Hey, Tyler, thank you very much. First time live stream listener. I'm so glad your family loves your kids love Mr. Muscles. I appreciate it. The man from Lockport right there appreciates the Mr. Muscles. I'm gonna pass that message on to Mr. Muscles. He already has a swollen head, and I'll pass that on to him, Tyler. Though, now look, Tyler, we shoot some stuff in Lockport this week. You know, if you get any Lockport calls and saying that you see strange characters hanging out the ball field, that's just my neighbors, T-Boss and Blaze. Don't sweat it. All right, moving on. I was asked, are you going to do the best and worst of the year? Well, you know, I go eat a lot of places, and I forget. And like I said earlier in the show, I forget to take notes and whatnot. So what I'm going to do, all right, I had to tell Adam too, you know, you might get those phone calls there. Tyler, you might get one too. So you just, you know, if you hear any strange goings on in Lockport with strange characters, just know it's you. It's my neighbors. So I decided tonight to try to look back and do the best po' boys I had of 2025. And now this is, I could be forgetting one. I could be not thinking of one and whatnot. But there's one clear winner in my mind. For now, it wasn't, to be honest, I had it about a year ago, right before the holidays. All right. Well, Adam, you were camping last weekend. They were out there. I'm sure they have to go reshoot a few things. So if you see some activity going on in the ball field, T-Boss's ball field, just be on the lookout. So I have a clear winner in my head of the best po' boy I had. Let's just say since I started doing, you know, these reviews full time. But I have some runner-ups, and look, any of these could be interchanged anytime, you know, anytime. Now, I'm not going to count oyster po' boys. I'm going to do a separate category for oyster po' boys. I'm going to do a separate category for shrimp po' boys. And I might probably going to do a separate category for roast beef po' boys, you know. But this is just my overall best po' boys of 2025. And the first one I thought of whenever I was thinking the best po' boys of 2025 is let me see. I got to make sure I got the worst po' boys lit up, but one of my favorite po' boys of 2025 was Radastus, and I took this from the screenshot of off my video. Radastus with the red gravy. Radastus in Old Metairie. I went over there and I read that you could get your po' boy roast beef or any kind of po' boy any way you want it. So I went over there and I said, "Can I get red gravy on that roast beef po' boy?" They didn't blink an eye. They said, "You sure can." They put that red gravy on that roast beef po' boy over there, and let me tell you, that thing was fantastic. I was watching the video just before the show, and Mrs. D's burger was incredible. I'm not talking about the best burger, but I'm talking about the best po' boy I had. and Radastas is one of the best. That roast beef po' boy with the red gravy is magical. Now, I'm going to explain why this one didn't make one of my top list. I'll explain that in 1 second. But the next one I want to mention is, and I hope I have it up because I did take a screenshot. I hope I took a screenshot. Maybe I didn't take a screenshot of it. I thought I did. But the other one that, and maybe I did it, but the other one I loved in 2025 is a place we went eat this past summer. And let me see if it's maybe I saved it in my screenshots. I thought I took a screenshot of it. Maybe I didn't. But anyway. Oh, there it is. Right there. All right. So the next one was the alligator po' boy at NOLA Southern. NOLA Southern Grill in Slidell. And let me tell you, that alligator po' boy, it don't look like it's covered. It had a lot of alligator in there. It was kind of bunched up in the middle. The only negative on that one, I had to cut it myself. But that alligator po' boy was fried perfectly. That alligator po' boy was fantastic. That was a great po' boy. That alligator. It was Mrs. D's fried shrimp at that place. NOLA Southern Grill. NOLA Southern Cafe in Slidell. Those fried shrimp, Mrs. D, she had a shrimp platter, were unbelievably good. That red beans were awesome. I mean, everything at this place was awesome. The server was awesome. If you remember, that's the video that the little guy saw me with the camera and he wanted to get in the video, the server. And he gave the heart sign when they're on. So oh my goodness, that was it is good. None of your business. If you ever go and maybe I will have a rant of the year. Oh, I got a few rants coming up there, Adam. I don't want every show to be filled with rants, but I probably could do a rant of the year. That'll probably come in the worst restaurant of the year or something. Whatever, I'm going to get to that one. The worst place I ate it for the year. And then the last one, to me, can't be beat. It is my top po' boy of 2020, or really I went eat there in 2024, but again, I'm counting all the reviews I did because I did have this show in 2024. So this was at the tail end of 2024 that I ate here. And gang, this po' boy is, and I even say it on the thumbnail, did HD find his favorite po' boy of all time? And I would think, yes, I did. And that is the Italian po' boy. That's the roast beef with red gravy at R&O's. Look at that. And I did not ask for extra pickles. I just said, can you give me some pickles, please, on that? Because they don't come with pickles. Look at the pickles on there that they put on the side. Did they charge me no extra for those pickles either? Oh, my goodness. That Italian po' boy from R&O's. Look at that bread. Oh, I could just taste it right now just looking at it. That bread is just crispy. It's, oh, man, it just held that po' boy together perfectly. Oh, messy, delicious, that red gravy. I'm sorry I'm going on and on about this, but I am talking about my favorite po' boy of the past year, all right? I'm passionate. Oh, this was a magical experience. Perkman, you were right. Oh, you were right. I don't think I ever went eating the reef. Oh my goodness, Adam, I got to hear that. Tyler, R&O's is in Bucktown, right there in Metairie. If you go to Bucktown in Metairie, it's right there. It's been there for years. Now it is packed in there. You go park the parking. Sometimes you have to park on the other side of the street at the levee over there. But if you know, Tyler, if you know where Bucktown is, I'm sure you do. It's right there in the Bucktown area of Metairie. R&O's. It's right next to Deanie's Seafood and all those places over there. And R&O, Charlie, I heard R&O's does everything great. I've heard everything they do is fantastic. R&O's. That's probably why they're busy. That's the difference between you going to a place like I went at Las Cruces in Metairie, and there's nobody in the place, and then you go to a place like R&O's like this, and they are packed. I mean, the people when I went by myself, and it is just I can imagine the roast beef is good. You know, I think any po' boy you would get over there with that roast beef po' boy bread they have right there is just, yeah, Tyler, you're gonna enjoy it. When I put it up, I got a lot of people were saying how good it is. And that one really blew up. People love to see that one. But that is my po' boy of the year. All right, gang. Unfortunately, whenever and I know I like to go about 30 minutes and we're going a little bit long, but I'm going to talk about the worst po' boy. Now, I've eaten at a lot of bad places this year, unfortunately. But trying to think back on bad po' boys, really, whenever I go eat at a place, I don't get a terrible po' boy a lot of times. Usually, sometimes the other food's bad. Like at one place, the gumbo was cold, ice cold. There was no seafood in it. One place they had stinky floors. We're going to talk about that in other worst and best ofs. But usually, the po' boys really aren't that bad. And I know I said I was going to do oysters by themselves, and but when I'm sitting here thinking, there's one I got to talk about when I'm talking about worst po' boys. And I forgot about this place, and it just moved up to my my list. Because again, I don't take notes. So I'm trying to find the all right, so what I'm going to do, I'm just going to share the screen. All right, so here's my contenders of worst po' boys of 2025. And gang, I'm sorry if one of your favorite places made this list. This is just my opinion, and people have told me I'm wrong. Hey, if you think I'm wrong, that is that's up to you. And Tyler, I know you're from Lockport and you may not be happy with this one, but one of my worst po' boys of 2025 was unfortunately Spar's shrimp po' boy. I did not like that shrimp po' boy, the tartar sauce they use on there. Gang, y'all heard my rant before about about the po' boy over there. Shrimp weren't that great. They weren't seasoned well. That bread wasn't good. They charged me extra for pickle. All right. It was not good. I only ate it was not good. That was I'm sorry if you like Spars. More power to you. It'll save you room whenever I don't go. But sorry, that is one of my worst po' boys of 2025 was the shrimp po' boy at Spars. So the next one, going down the line in no particular order, because I would go eat at this place or Spars again. I'm sorry. Was Perrin's roast beef po' boy. I just recently went to Perrin's. That's in Metairie, right there off of Veteran. I went to the Veterans location. There's two Perrin's po' boys, one in Kenner, one in Metairie on Veterans. I went to the Veterans one. Oh, well, Tyler, I'm the bread is bad. You're right. Tyler, I'm so glad somebody from the Bayou agrees, Oh, well, you see, a lot of people agreed with me. There was a couple of people, but you wouldn't believe how many people agreed with Spars. And look, I know Spars was better back in the day. I know it was better. I think they just I think a lot of these places, they get their reputation and people are going to go eat there. They lower their quality. And this is another rant that I could go on and on and on about. But I think some of these places, they live off their reputation, and people still going to go eat. The food quality gets worse, but people still go eat. It's like I said in the review. People are just, the older people just go. We go eat Sunday at Spars, or we go in the weekend and eat Spars, or we passing and we go eat Spars, or when we go to the football game, we stop and get a Bloody Mary at Frank's right there, same area. It's just a tradition that people just do. And I think Spars is one of those things. People just go, oh, those catfish. Oh, the catfish. I don't find this catfish a season, But that's that's another story for another day. But anyway, that roast beef Poboy at Perrin's Poboy was bad. I mean, this was a bad Poboy. It was just, now I know everybody likes a messy Poboy. Now I made the mistake of getting red gravy on this, thinking that it might be good, like R&O's or Radastas, because they offer red gravy on their roast beef Poboy. I got it. That red gravy was horrible. It was a marinara sauce. It was sweet. It was not good red gravy. It wasn't a homemade good red gravy, spaghetti gravy. And this roast beef Poboy was bad. And it was just, it was disgusting. What more can I say? All right. Yeah, there's one right there I'm going to show you. All right. So, gang, what is the worst pull boy? And it just hit me, and I forgot about this one, and I knew I was going to say it today, and I forgot all about it when I was doing the pre-show stuff. The worst pull boy I had this year, 2025. Anybody want to guess? If you're watching some of my reviews, maybe you'll be able to guess. But I'm going to tell y'all something. The worst pull boy I had. Tim. Well, before I do the pull boy, Tim, thank you so much for the super chat. Thank you so much for the super chat contribution. Look, Merry Christmas to you, Tim, and your family. I appreciate the kind words, and it says Merry Christmas to you, HD, and family. Love your work. My best to you and your family. Dinner on me, and maybe we can connect one day. Awesome, Tim. Thank you so much for your kind contribution, Tim. It's always appreciated. Tim, let me. I don't have my producer with me to do the sound, but I will do this. There we go. See, I didn't have the producer with me tonight, so Tim, you really helped us out this year, and I really do appreciate it. Much love, Tim. Much love to you. All right. So anybody guess what my worst pull boy of 2025 is? Any guesses? One once. 40% off. Yeah, 40% of the bread is business. 40. They could have kept 40% of that roast beef in the back too. They could have kept that too back there. Oh, Mrs. D hated that roast beef over there. She gave it a worse grade than me at Perrin's Poboy. All right. Oh, Berkman, I'm sorry. There you go, Perkman. Here's for you.
You see?
Oh, wait, I didn't want that.
Whoop, whoop.
There you go, Perkman. You get a whoop whoop. All right.
Whoop, whoop.
Thank you, Gene and Ramona, for the whoop whoop for Perkman. All righty. Worst pull boy of 2025 was the one and the only Daisy Dukes Oyster Pull Boy. Oh my goodness gracious, that Daisy Dukes. It was the one in Metairie, and Gang, let me show some pictures over here. This was the oysters that was on my po' boy. Disgusting, undercooked, sour oysters. I don't know why I ate it. It was sour. They tasted off. But me being a cheap person like I was going to determine to eat them oysters on the po' boy. This was one of the oysters on the po' boy. When you would take a bite, you would just get nasty, undercooked, disgusting oysters. Oh my goodness, that was something else. That was Daisy Dukes in Metairie. You know what? I wrote them. They never contacted me or nothing. So and there I am just staring at that disgusting oyster. Gang, let me know if you want to. Let me know your favorites. I'm Charlie. I try to forget about that place. But unfortunately, I remember. Crystal Skelly said, "Ugh." Salmonella, po' boy. That's right there, Nate. All right, gang. Hey, look, I've been going on too long. I will table the rant about trolls. I was going to talk about trolls. And look, if you have your favorite place you went eat this 2025, let me know in the comments. Leave a comment. Let me know. I always say if you went at a good place and had a great po' boy, let me know. I like to go try it. Sometimes I don't want people to get mad, if I have a different opinion. Everybody has a different opinion. You may have went to Daisy Dukes and you may have had the best po' boy ever. You may have went to Perez and you had the best po' boy ever. I'm not saying I'm 100% right. I'm just one little piece. Like I said all the time, I'm just one piece of information. Some people may go to Las Cruces and they may have the best meal they think they ever had over there. Great, more power to you. You like what you like. I'm just giving my opinion. Mrs. D gives her opinion. Sometimes I don't agree with Mrs. D. Okay, it happens. Me and Mrs. D has two different styles of po' boys we like. We're roast beef po' boys. So, those things happen. And everybody has a different style. Just giving you my opinion and trying to entertain you. And if the place is good, I try to promote these places. I get a lot of restaurants tell me people go eat because of my reviews. I appreciate it. If you go in, tell them HD sent you. I'm going to talk about, I wanted to do a rant about trolls on the internet or, Facebook and all that. But I think we, Plantation. That's it. Where's that at, Tyler? Where's that at? That's in, let me know where that is. Oh, there we go. Pop's Cajun Cafe and the Plantain Truck Stop. Oh, okay. I'm going to have to check that out. Oh, Blaine, I thought you were doing a catering. I thought you were doing a catering job tonight. I saw you loaded up. Is that for tomorrow? I know you have a lot of food to be doing. And Paratons is the best. Wait till I get to my oyster and shrimp and things. Tonight was some those. When I consider like my favorite po' boy, sometimes it's a little offbeat. It's not your standard stuff. It's a little offbeat. Blaine, cheers to you, my man. I know you have the tomorrow. Okay. Well, good luck to you. And I know you're going to do well. Blaine has if you don't know, Blaine is a chef, private chef, and he has a big catering that he's going to undertake tomorrow. And shout out to you, Blaine. I know it's going to go great. And good luck to you, my man. And Blaine was the one who, all right, Tyler, I know exactly what you're talking about. I'm going to have to go check it out. I'm definitely going to have to go check that out. And I know another place somebody told me too that a great shrimp po' boy too. I'm going to have to. It was an unusual place, but I'm going to have to go check it out. All right, Blaine, and thank you for introducing me to Paratons, because without you, I probably would have never went eat. Blaine kept on insisting, you got to go try Paratons. When you're going to go to Paratons? Well, I went. And Blaine was right. All right, gang. look, I appreciate everybody watching tonight. If you're watching later on, I appreciate it too. So, gang, and Tim, shout out to you again, my man. I appreciate the contribution, Tim, and it helps a lot with the channel. All right, gang. So we're gonna be back next week doing the same thing. I know it's gonna be Christmas, but we have stuff planned. I am gonna try to go to, and this is just a little side note, Louisiana Purchase Kitchen. That was the buffet. It's the Cajun buffet in I think it's in Metairie. And it was one of the first reviews I ever did before I even started the channel. It was a place I did, and I want to try to go back on there. But there's a few other places I want to go try, but that is on my list. One place I will not be going to try again is Cracker Barrel. So just put that on my list. Now, look, when I say worst restaurants, I don't consider places like Cracker. I'm not going to include Cracker Barrel. My favorite, like at home, I just like gumbo. I just like a good gumbo there. I don't have a particular place I like to go eat, Blaine, but I just, for Thanksgiving and Christmas, I just love Mrs. D's gumbo. I can't go. You give me a bowl of Mrs. D's gumbo for Christmas or the holidays, I am in heaven. That's all I need is gumbo. I'm not fancy. I don't need turkey. I'm all good. As long as I have Mrs. D's gumbo and her potato salad, I am. That's all I need. If that makes any sense. All righty. All right, gang. Again, thanks again. We're gonna see y'all next week, even though it will be December 23rd. Yeah. And we'll talk about where we went eat again. I'll do another rant, and I'm going to come back with another best and worst of. Probably I'll do like oyster Poboys and shrimp Poboys next week or something. And this time I'm going to put more thought into it. But I think I did a pretty good representation of what I thought was the best and worst Poboys in my book. So, gang, I appreciate everything. I appreciate everybody watching. All the Tyler, thank you for watching. Blaine, thanks for coming in. Tim, thanks again. Adam, of course, Crystal, Chantel, Doughboy of Doom. I appreciate Doughboy. I always tell you, I appreciate you letting me tag you in Instagram. I appreciate it. Charlie, your koozies are gonna be heading your way now that I know that Perkman got his. So Perkman, thanks for letting me know. Gene, thanks for everything. Ramona, I'm doing those Ramona, I'm sending you those vocals right after I get off the air. All right, I'm going to do those vocals for our Christmas special, after show chat Christmas special. And look, gang, if I forgot anybody, Vanita, none of your business. If I forgot, when I'm reading these names real fast, if I forgot you, I apologize. But know that that Charlie, appreciate it. That I am Nate, of course, my man Nate. Can never forget about Nate. And love all of y'all. And again, without you guys, I am nothing. I am talking to nobody. And if you're watching later on, I love you guys too. Without you guys, I ain't. Tyler, thanks for watching. I appreciate it. And without you guys, I am nothing. So I tell you what, until next week, let's all go eat and be happy and enjoy a good meal. Go eat. Because life's short. You don't want no bad oyster. Poboys. Ugh. Later, gang.